buddies for him to leave and come back and shoot my child like that, then chase them down and shoot them some more, make sure the job was well done. That's sounds like an assassination to me.
Well, that is part of our conversation with a grieving father earlier this week who says he believes what happened to his son was a hate crime. But under Indiana law, is there actually a firm definition for what a hate crime is? Thanks for choosing us tonight. I'm Brian McElhatton.
And I'm Krista Miller. That father joined some people in our community and beyond in calling last week's shootings a hate crime. But as Corinne Rose explains, Indiana does not have a true hate crime law.
It's a case that's captured the community's attention. 3 young black men gunned down last week at a gas station at East State and Hobson. Hours later, police arrested this man, 32-year-old Joseph Bassard, saying security video showed him having an argument with the 3, then leaving and coming back 2 minutes later to repeatedly fire into their car. 19-year-olds Andy Reddick and Josh Cooper died. 20-year-old Jalen Rice remains hospitalized after 3 surgeries and losing a kidney. However, a community leader says just because a white man allegedly gunned down 3 black men doesn't necessarily make it a hate crime.
I know everyone's thinking this is a hate crime, but in Indiana, we failed to have a hate crime bill.
As president of the Fort Wayne NAACP, Larry Gist helped lobby the state legislature a few years ago to pass hate crime legislation. While someone can be prosecuted at the federal level for a hate crime, Indiana remains one of 5 states not to have a hate crime law. However, the prosecutor can argue at a defendant's sentencing that the crime was committed because of a specific motivation, and that would be an aggravating factor in the case. Allen County's chief public defender says in his 22 years of criminal defense work, he's never seen a case where that's been a factor. But he says it could certainly happen.
If the prosecutor believes that the motive for the crime or the crime was committed based on a particular race, religion, disability, whatever it may be, then if they can convince the judge that that's why the crime was committed, then the judge has every right to use that as an aggravating factor.
Gist says the gas station case is still in the early stages.
Anyone that knows the NAACP, we let them do their initial investigation, and then at the final results, if it's not to our satisfaction, then, we move it to the next level.
He says, though, that nothing's been uncovered yet to show race was a motive.
Speaking with the prosecutor and the chief of police, there's no evidence that this is a hate crime related. He didn't have anything on Twitter or Snapchat or on Facebook.
He says if people believe the shooting was a hate crime, they need to take action instead of just talking about it.
Those same group of people that's out here asking for a hate crime, this young man to be charged with a hate crime, you need to start writing your legislators, your representative, so that we can get a hate crime bill back on board and participate in why we actually need a hate crime bill.
The Allen County prosecutor would not comment on a pending case. Joseph Bassard is scheduled to have his initial court hearing on 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and others Thursday. Corinne Rose, ABC 21.
Governor Holcomb did sign a hate crimes measure into law 2 years ago, but because the bill's language left out protections for several key demographics, the Anti-Defamation League does not consider it a true hate crimes law.